Wow, wow, wow. This is retarded, man. It's stupid, you know. It's good. It's good that it happened, you know. Because, I mean, I see it happening, especially with this squad of Argentinian players. I didn't think they were going to be the ones that were going to take out Mexico, especially in this matter, in this way. And just like the first half, you know, how embarrassing, you know, 4 goals to 0 in like the first half, a hat trick also by Lautaro Martinez, and man, just the embarrassment, the stepping of the throat of just the Mexican fans, just the Mexican people is just it's insane, you know. I'm like speechless. I don't even know what to say. But like, all credit to him. All credit to Argentina. All credit to Lautaro Martinez because this guy just he provided a masterclass. You know, this is how you make an impact. This is how you are the guy that every team wants now. Or I don't know. I can't even explain it, you know. But like this guy, he's like no Messi, no problem. No Agüero, no problem. No Di Maria, no Dybala, who whatever. You know, he's like I'm gonna make a name for myself because I know I'm worth the big amount of monies that's going around these days and whatever. And I don't care who's in front of me. I don't care if Mexico's in front of me. I don't care whatever. This guy just showed his class, you know. This masterclass by him, like those 3 goals. The first goal especially just showed his class how he could just hold up the play, how he got the ball. 3 players were on him. He pushed Araujo out the way and he just slotted it to the other post so easily, man. And that's what makes me mad. This game was more of merit of just how bad Mexico was defending than just how good the Argentina was, because this is like a B team. This ain't even the real team. Imagine we played the real team, it would have been like a A0, like no cap, not even lying. Like this is it's just retarded, you know. But like all merit to Lautaro Martinez because he really did make a name for himself, and like I knew who he was before. I saw him in the Copa America. He was the guy other than Messi and Aguero scoring, and Aguero really didn't even do anything. But for me, if he's gonna be keeping up this pace, keeping up this rhythm of like scoring goals, especially like this, like making a name for yourself, having a hat trick in the first half, like I saw the stat that they said like this hasn't been done since like the 1990s. I mean not 1990s, but before that, you know, way back in the day. But I'll merit to him, you know. He's a real forward. He's in Inter Milan. He's like out there, and he's gonna be fighting for his spot as well with Lukaku in Inter Milan because they put the big money signing on him. But like they believe that he's gonna be one for the future, and they voted to keep him instead of Icardi. So I don't know. I'm married to him because this guy, he's showing his class, and like I said, I saw him in Copa America. I saw what he did against Venezuela. I saw what he did against who else he scored. I think Paraguay. No, not Paraguay, but he scored a lot of goals. I think he scored like 2 or 3 goals in Copa America, and he was a standout player for Argentina in this tournament. And this is just the class right here. You know, this is Comebol, and then this is CONCACAF. We're not playing USA no more. We're not playing all those little kids anymore. We're playing a real team that they know what they're going out there for, and they're going out there for the win, and they're not playing around. They're not like, oh, we just beat USA. Oh, we're the top of CONCACAF. We're up with like all the big dogs. No, Argentina ain't even up there. Argentina, I know they were like probably fourth. I don't know, third in Comebol. After the Copa America, they beat Chile, but Chile, that game was so bad as well. Like I talked about that game as well, but man, like not even Messi was on the field, not even Aguero was on the field, not even Di Maria was on the field. Who else wasn't on the field? So many players were not on the field. Otamendi wasn't on the field. The goalie, dude, we didn't even register a shot until the 92nd minute. Like, what is that, bro? We could not get through their midfield. And not saying that their midfield is super great or whatever. They just play for what they play. They score the goal and they go back and defend. And if they get a counter, they go for it. And that's all that it is. It's just plain and simple. Like I swear, in that was it the third goal, the second goal? No, the second goal. They tore through the defense with like 3 passes. And like it was even help with Araujo, but those passes were exquisite. They were spot on. They knew what they were doing. They know what they're playing for. The first pass, I don't know who gets it. I think it's what's his name, McAllister or something like that. I don't know. He gets it on the right, and he gets a pass and he goes through the middle, and it goes to the other person on the left. I have no idea because they're all kids. And he gets it, or no, it goes to Lautaro. Lautaro gets it, and he tries to do a pass forward, but like it goes in front of him, and it lands in front of Araujo, and then Araujo just tries to hit that thing out, but he just, I don't know, it was just a stupid move. He just hits it off Lautaro, and it just rebounds off him, and it goes off the other guy, and the other guy sees Lautaro making the run, and then he just puts the through ball between Salcedo and Layun, and there you go. There's the second goal. Like, it's so easy, like how they were doing the things, and the fourth goal especially, that was just like dispossession in the midfield, and there you go. Give it to Lautaro and go. It was so simple, man. It was this guy. I mean, all respect to him because like that was a masterclass by this guy, and I hope he starts getting the respect he deserves, and I hope other teams be looking at him if he can actually move along the ranks. But this guy's a kid. I mean, that's what especially bothers me. This guy's like 22 years old, and he just basically demoralized all these people's careers. But like, we got to put things into perspective because like I'm talking about Argentina, but I got to talk about Mexico. Araujo, he was fighting a relegation battle all last season. Like, don't be painting this picture that this guy was like one of the top defenders, or he's one of the top defenders in Mexico. This guy was battling relegation in Celta Vigo, and like if he plays in Spain and he's given this quality, I could see why they were in relegation to begin with. Like, I don't know how this guy was playing before anybody else at all. Like, I know Mohamed was their manager, and he got sacked like after I don't know how many match days or match weeks in La Liga, but still, he still kept his place. But people are like trolling him. They were saying that he was nervous before the game even started and things like that. But after this game, like I could see that his quality is not there. Like me, I would say that I don't know who else they could pick before him, but like I know he's not to par. Like if we want to be challenging in the World Cup, if we actually want to get to that fifth game or whatever, we can't be having this right now. And like, don't be giving me this bullshit of bringing out Diego Reyes or some shit, because that's even gonna be worse. Like, people were trolling him on Wikipedia and crap like that, but I mean that's nothing for me. Like, I ain't got nothing to say about that. That's just people trolling and crap. That's just some bullshit. But Araujo, he ain't what like people paint him. Like, this guy has been battling relegation, and I mean he's still I'm pretty sure a top defender in his club and whatever, but I mean, for me, he shouldn't be playing anymore, especially after this game. And for me, especially, I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but Layun is not a defender. He's not from Mexico. I don't know why people be defending him because he plays in Monterrey, he played in Porto, he played in Watford. I don't know, he played in all these places, but this guy sucks, And I've seen him on the big stage against all the teams and everything, and I don't know. I've always thought his defending was suspect, and I mean, this game he wasn't even the protagonist of all the mistakes. This game, I could probably say he didn't really have a part in anything to do with like all the problems, all the mistakes that happened. But he's still not of the quality. I mean, I know Shaka Rodriguez is probably gonna be before him, and that's gonna be the manager's main pick going forward, but still, this guy does not need to be in the national team. He doesn't even need to be selected. I remember seeing this other video from HITC Sport, whatever, where they were saying that this guy is like one of the most versatile players. Don't even give me that bullshit because this dude sucks. Same with Salcedo, Salcedo, I was hyping him up. I thought he was pretty good because he was in Fiorentina. He was in, where was it? Eintracht Frankfurt. He won with like Marco Fabian and whatever. But this is why these players can't stay in Europe. Most of these pundits that are Mexican, they paint like these guys that they're the most they're like the best that Mexico has to offer. Like, look where the teams where they played. They played in like middle class, mid table teams. They ain't playing no top team, and they didn't even make it. They didn't even stay in Europe. So that's why I gotta say, most of them be paying them out like they're the biggest thing that happened for Mexican soccer and whatever. But like they're trash. They can't even last in the main stage. They can't even last in Europe. There are good players and there are youthful players that are coming up through the ranks in Mexico, but you could see the same problems. The problems that were happening with Osorio, when he was at the team's management. It's like kind of the same stuff that happens with Tata Martino, like where they started so brilliantly, the fans got like super excited, and they were saying that, oh, we're gonna win the World Cup or whatever, this bull crap that they say, or we're the best team in CONCACAF and whatever. And it's true, they are, because USA is also going through a transitional period at the same time. But these problems are like kind of the same that I saw. Like, I don't know if they need a psychologist or something, but I feel like these players need something to like get them back in the game. They need somebody like giving these guys therapy, because the breakdown that these guys feel during these times, that I don't know. I saw the same thing. Like, the mindset was so bad that I saw against Chile. It was the same thing where they were just walking and whatever. And it doesn't help that the pundits are just saying these outlandish things. Like, take a look for yourself.
No me vengas con esas, Pedrosa.
No.
¿Quién es mejor que Otamendi?
Araujo.
¿Quién es mejor?
Araujo.
Héctor Moreno es mejor que Otamendi.
Salcedo.
Sí. Salcedo. Araujo es mejor.
Sí.
Por Dios. No. ¿Han visto un partido del Manchester City en su vida ustedes de verdad?
Sí, y no juega Otamendi últimamente nunca.
Néstor Araujo.
Y no juega nunca Otamendi. Fue suplente la temporada pasada con Guardiola.
¿De dónde sacas el valor para decir semejante barbaridad?
¿De dónde los saco? Velos jugar, Mauricio Pedrosa. Ponte los lentes. Ponte los lentes rojos para que puedas ver cómo juega Otamendi y cómo juega Araujo.
Néstor Araujo mejor que Otamendi.
Se regresó.
Man, I'm just like that guy right there, bro. Like, I'm still putting my hands on my head, saying like, how could you say Araujo is better than Otamendi? Otamendi's trash as well. Like, Otamendi ain't like the best defender ever, but he has the quality and he has maintained it to be in top clubs like Valencia and Man City, and he's been a champion. Most Mexican players can't say that, and they're gonna be like, oh, but look at Rafa Marquez. Well, Rafa Marquez was Rafa Marquez. Like, you can't compare him to Otamendi. He had a better career or whatever, but I mean, that was that time. But we're talking about right now. That's what I'm saying. Don't be looking at the past. Be looking at right now. We don't have a player like Otamendi in the team. And if you look at this team right here, not talking bad about Argentina, but this is the team we lost to. Like, the only ones I can name off the bat right now would be like Lautaro Martinez, which is obviously the hat trick, whatever. DePaul, who also played in Copa America, and I saw him. He's kind of good, Tagliafico, the amazing season that he had as well with Ajax and what he's been doing. And he also played in Copa America. And then after that, I don't know, Paredes, who plays in PSG. He plays pretty good. He got his move from Russia, from St. Petersburg, wherever, Zenit. And he went to PSG, and he also played in Copa America. He's a pretty good player as well. And other than that, I can just name Marcos Araujo. And this guy doesn't even get a freaking chance in, Manchester United. He doesn't even get a trial. He doesn't even get on the freaking bench. Like, this guy is on the team, and we lost to Marcos Araujo. We couldn't even freaking pass his defense. That's what I'm saying. Like, these guys, they're not even playing in their clubs, and they're still getting ahead. And other than that, all I see is little kids. Like, there's 2 little kids back there. Then the goalie's also young. Number 8, I have no idea who that is. Number 29, I have no idea who that is. I think 28 is McAllister, which is like, I don't know, a hyped up guy from Argentina. I don't know, from Boca, I think. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm talking about stuff I have no idea of. But, like, that's what I'm saying, dude. There's like 4 or 5 guys that I know who I can name off the bat, that I know their quality or whatever. And the rest are just kids. They're kids, and they be beating the whole team. And even the guys that I did name, they're super young. Tagliafico, what is he, like 22, 23, 21? I mean, Lautaro, 22. I mean, we got to just put things into perspective. We put this guy in the midfield, Hector Herrera, expecting him to be like the comandante, be like the best Mexican player that we have out there. And like this guy hasn't registered one single minute for Atletico Madrid. Like that's another thing. People be overhyping these transfers or these moves that have happened, but like this guy hasn't even played one single minute under Simeone. And not saying that his quality is not up to par, but like he's got other front runners ahead of him. Marcos Llorente, the other guy that they got from Madrid, is even before him in the lineup to get picked off the bench. So I mean, there you go. There's that problem right there. And then Raul Jimenez was like non-existent in this game. And I'm not saying Raul Jimenez isn't up to par, but he be playing in Wolves. He plays in Wolves, okay? They have a guy playing in Inter Milan. Not saying that Wolves isn't up to par, but Wolves is a good team. And Raul Jimenez, with what he's got, he's been doing it. He's been putting on the show. But these are the teams, or these are the moments that we need to see his brilliance. And this is why he didn't make it in Benfica. This is why he didn't make it in Atletico Madrid. It wasn't because they just didn't fit. It's because he wasn't just good enough. He didn't have the quality. We just gotta keep those things into perspective, you know. And I know Chucky Lozano made like one of the biggest moves of all the Mexican players, and he's like I think the one that cost the most right now. Or of all Mexicans in all history, he went for like 43 to 46 million euros, and he went to Napoli. But I don't blame him. He was really trying, but like there was no service for him or any of the forwards to begin with. But look at these guys that we lost to. DePaul, I have no idea where he plays. No idea. Dybala can't even get a match for freaking Juventus, and like everybody rates him so highly. I have no idea why. And then Pereira, like this guy doesn't even play for Watford. This guy hasn't even played once for Watford. And this guy was even in the team. He even got in. He was even looking better than our players. But that's what I'm saying, you know. Dybala is getting on the team, and he's even looking better than the Mexican players. But that's what I'm saying. There's just levels to this stuff. Like, long gone are the days when we were tied with Argentina 2-2, and they had Lionel Messi, and we were playing super good. But like you could see right there, we had Rafa Marquez, we had Andres Guardado, and you could say we have Andres Guardado right now, but he's injured. You know, the quality, it could still be there, but there has to be a different mindset. You know, and all this being alzado, having a little ego, thinking that you're the best in the region, or thinking that you're like the big shit or the biggest, I don't know, the last popsicle in the desert. I don't know. I'm just saying some bullshit right now, but yeah, like we can't be hyping ourselves up. You know, we need to put things in perspective, respect the rival, and also just play up to par. You know, we're looking like those days when we freaking lost in the World Cup against Argentina, where Tevez scored the screamer against us, and the final score was 3-1, and Chicharito scored that one goal that we had, which was a pretty good goal. And that's where he announced himself to the world, and he got that Manchester United move. But don't be hyping up the shit, you know. Just allow these players to grow, and allow them to just flourish, you know. Support them instead of being hating on them, and don't freaking hype them up. Don't be listening to these pundits because they don't know shit. That's what I've seen. Don't be listening to them because they don't know nothing. And all we could do right now is just hope that this man can solve the whole problem, because all this problem. He's got to be the problem solver. He's got to solve all this, and he's got to do it quick, because if he doesn't, his job is on the line, and then it's his fault that all this goes wrong. But that's what I'm going to say. Who's the next manager that we're going to blame when things don't turn out like as we plan? We can't be just blaming that on managers. Like, Tata Martino's been doing good. They've been playing with like a different identity than Mexico has, but it's not enough, you know. There has to be better players that need to come up through the ranks. The kids, they need to start getting better. I don't know what needs to happen. Different defenders need to be caught up for sure. That's a given right now, but we'll see what happens, you know. This is just all I got to say. Hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe to the channel. Peace out.